Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel for another not live coaching, but I'm going to tell you it's live because it's live when we're doing it, but not live when you're seeing it. And today I have the distinct pleasure of welcoming someone who's been in my community for a while and has not appeared on my YouTube channel. Oh, are you guys in for a treat? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Mr. Cal Getter, everybody.
Hey folks, how you doing?
Wait. Just first of all, just say, hey, how you doing? People need to hear your voice.
Hey folks, how you doing? My name's Cal. Nice to meet you.
He's not putting on a voice. That's his real voice. Now, Cal, tell me, how long have you been doing voiceover for? What got you into voiceover? And, like, how long did it take you to, like, get into it from the time you wanted to do it? Tell me your journey. Is what
I mean, I'm sure it's the same story as a lot of people. It's like, hey, you got a great voice. Oh my God, you should be doing commercials, this, that, and the other. People would, compliment me nonstop, but I always kind of brushed it off over the years. I mean, but then I started to notice every time I would talk, just people who weren't even in the facility, they would hear my voice and turn around and do a quick, like, what was that? And then I started, I run the Laugh It Up Comedy Club, which is just outside New York City. And so I would take a lot of those guys to the Comic-Cons and stuff like that. And, just amongst the other voice actors and what we were doing there, I would bring like Gilbert Godfrey and Chris Farley's brother, Kevin. One of them was Tony Daniels. And he's just like, what do you do? Why aren't you not trying to use your voice? And he plays guys like Tony the Tiger, Gambit from
Tony the Tiger told you to be a voice actor?
Yes. He's like, you got talent, man. He's like, just take some, do some classes, take some improv. And finally, I was just like, you know what? Maybe there's something really there that I'm just not seeing. And then so I started looking it up, and the first person I saw, buddy, was you. I pulled up voiceover on YouTube, and there he is, Jesse freaking Carroll. And I just got hooked. It was just the way you broke everything down. You were a straight shooter. You didn't bullshit anybody. Sorry, folks. But no, I loved your approach. So I got in touch with you. And, we talked for a little bit, told you my background. I think it was great that we both could relate on the comedy aspect of things. Who knew, just being a booker in the behind the scenes, just in the green room, I was picking up so much, like as far as timing and just weird things that I'm now noticing in the voiceover work. But, that started a year ago. Literally, I joined the school in September, and I've been running hard ever since. Made a little mistake with a demo mill and kind of picked myself up, dusted myself. And we've all been there, folks. Come on.
Yeah, I want to talk about the comedy thing for a second because, as you know, I did comedy for a decade, but our paths have never crossed before. We know similar people. But the one thing that you said just a minute ago, how you picked up, the timing, I would say that has been, the number one reason why I started booking pretty quickly when I started doing voiceover, the timing. And
yes.
If you at home want to get a sense of what I'm talking about and apply it to voiceover, watch as many stand-up comedy specials as you can. Start with Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy's great with timing, to Bill Burr, Louis C.K. I don't care about your personal politics. If you don't like them, I don't care.
I book them when I can. I'm sorry, folks.
Cal, because a lot of people run comedy rooms, but usually when people tell me they run comedy rooms, I'm like, oh, cool. So you got an open mic that you charge $5 to get in. You do not have that. You have a real ass comedy room.
I appreciate
where's
that.
the comedy room, and who are some people that you've worked with?
So it's the Laugh It Up Comedy Club. It's in Poughkeepsie, New York, right by the riverfront there. Beautiful spot for food and laughs. Go to laughitupcomedy.com, folks. Hey, check it out. And I've been running the place for over a decade, and I've worked with everybody there is, especially a lot of the New York guys. Like I said, Gilbert Godfrey, Mark Norman, Big J. Okerson, Louis C.K. And actually, what's funny about that is Louis C.K. Ended up leading to Chris Rock actually coming in and doing his SNL monologue in my little shit room. It was
to just work it out?
Just to work it out.
Awesome.
I got a call from the manager, and they were just like, hey, look, Louis blowing you up to everybody. I'm like, what? This is crazy. And so Rock came in, did his thing. We did a couple shows and had a great time.
Did he come in with security just in case?
Oh, my God. He had a whole...
or something like that?
Well, his writing is really it's really fascinating. So he shows up with a whole entourage, and they have like these boards that they're writing out the jokes, they're putting it on the board, they're seeing what works, what's not working, then they're tearing the jokes off the board. It was really just phenomenal how they were putting it together. But he has a couple writers that travel with him and help punch it all up. Yeah. Oh man, they went all out. They got teleprompters and everything for my little. I'm like, it's only 100. It's a 150 seat room, and you need teleprompters and all that.
Well, he's got to work it out, right? Because that's what he's going to have on the day when he goes on. He's got to get used to it, so it kind of like goes off the cuff, right? Can't be messing up on live Saturday night. That's so cool that you got to see like a sneak peek to the background of how that works, man. I gotta ask because I don't know if I've ever gotten like an actual answer out of you because, usually I find when people are around high level comedians and for like as long as you have you ever tried to get on stage yourself? Have you ever had any kind of desire to like write jokes and tell them on stage? Because like you've got the voiceover bug and you're doing that now. It's really the only difference is saying your own words and in front of people. Otherwise,
it's really
you're doing it already.
Yeah.
And you're funny.
And you know what's funny? I do the announcements when we open the show. It's like, hey, everybody, thanks for coming out tonight. Please do us a favor. Put your phones away for the duration of the show and take the conversations outside the showroom. That's what I'm doing.
Do you say it on stage or do you say it over the PA?
I say it over the PA.
Get on stage, you.
I need to get
on there. Be a man. Do your time.
And you're right because it's not that bad. Because back when I did pro wrestling, I got to perform at the Mid-Hudson Civic Center. I did a couple of things there, and just to be able to go out there. There's like 2,000 people watching me walk to the ring and get into the battle royal and get thrown out of
cool.
Phenomenal stuff. But
so you were a pro wrestler too.
Yes. So pro wrestler. Then I booked a lot of death metal. So probably every band your parents warned you about, I was booking at the time. And then that led to, I was always a comedy fan though. So before Laugh It Up Comedy Club, we had a thing called Bananas Comedy Club, which they still have one in New Jersey. Yeah. But the original location was in Poughkeepsie, New York. Jimmy Fallon was actually discovered at the Bananas in Poughkeepsie, if you could believe it or not, in the early 90s. Yeah.
Okay, dope.
And so they fell under, unfortunately, right at the time I came in. So I was able to kind of piggyback off a little bit of that momentum.
Oh, nice.
And and
did
just
you know any comics at the beginning, or did you just like put up like people that were like you've never heard of before?
No, like, so I would go right for. I was always a guy where it was, go big or go home. I need to make a lasting impression no matter what. Whether you hate me or you love me, I don't care. I have to get it across. So for me, I was always booking the guys that I used to go see at, whether it was Nick DiPaolo or Jim Florentine, Bobby Kelly, Jim Norton, Rich Voss, Bonnie McFarlane.
Great.
Bonnie McFarlane. Yeah, all those people. Judy Gold. Oh, my God.
Did you ever cross paths with Dane Cook? If you're crossing paths with Bobby Kelly, aren't they buds?
They are buds. Bobby Kelly is so good to me, man. He's had me on his podcast multiple times, always talks so highly about me anytime the room comes up on a podcast. And if it wasn't for guys like Bobby Kelly, Joe List, and Mark Norman, Jessica Kierson, Louis J. Gomez, Big J. Oakers, I could go on forever.
Wow.
Dan Soder. If it wasn't for those crew, like they still to this day speak so highly of the room. And
that's so cool, man.
And they're doing theaters, but every now and then when they get the chance and they're working on new stuff, they want to come to Laugh It Up because Laugh It Up's a great workout room. It's a nice, tight, low ceiling, like everything you need for the perfect setting for a comedy club.
How many people fit in there?
150.
150. That's great.
We did 10 shows this year with Louis C.K. And I mean, this is a guy that plays the Garden, Yeah. It's just, wow. I'm just, hard work pays off, people. Yeah, it took a decade. I'll tell you, blood, sweat, and tears, baby.
Well, congrats on that, man. But let's talk about you now because, you've worked with famous people. You've worked with a lot of big names in comedy. You've worked as a wrestler, and now you're getting into voiceover, and I see you hit it with the same intention, the same go big or go home attitude. And, you know, people are taking notice. Like you're working with some pretty major agents, like freelancing right now. I don't know if you can talk about a little bit about that at all, or totally cool if that's off limits.
I don't see why not. Nobody said, "Hey, shut the hell up, pal."
Well, you haven't signed with anybody right now, right?
Exactly.
You
So
do whatever you want, buddy.
I think that's one thing that kind of gives me a slight advantage. You know, over the years, booking these acts, bands, comics, wrestlers, what have you, those working relationships with the agents. So of course, what do? I had a raw clip. And I sent it around to the people I knew. I'm like, hey, listen, you know, I don't know if you got a voiceover department or not, but if you could just take a little listen. And hey, by the way, Chris Rock, Louis C.K., and everybody were all at my room, so please take it seriously. You know, you have to. You got
to do what you got to do. That's super cool.
Exactly.
So you had a bit of an in, and you sent it, and like the big guns all got back to you.
Right. Well, not all of them. The one that did get back to me was Innovative.
Yeah.
I've been working with for a few years, and they actually just got done. You know, one person got switched to another department, and then somebody else took over. So I was in the right place at the right time, and they referred me to the commercial guy. And, you know, so I've been freelancing with Innovative from time to time. And then I started to, you know, on top of what we do here at the school, which is amazing. Sorry, not trying to, you know, ruffle your feathers here, but it's a great place. Check it out.
I told them not to like pump it a bunch, because when people do that, you guys all think that I'm like paying them.
Hey, listen, $50, you know? Anyway, but so on top of what I was doing with, you know, with what we were doing at the school, I also got in my head, I'm like, you know what? I see that there's some of these workshops going around. Not only, you know, it's like, it's great to train with some people who are in the business doing it, but why not go right to the source and say, hey, pal, what are you looking for? You know? And
100%.
So I did a couple of those, you know, and also, you know, as this was going along, I realized, like, wow, there's really nobody who sounds like me. And good, you know, I don't know if that's good or bad, but
It's definitely good. It's definitely good. I think because it's so, for lack of a better word, jarring. When you hear your voice, it's like, whoa. Like, I think they're trying to figure out right now where to put you. Have you worked a bit? Have you booked any jobs?
Just from like voices.com and stuff like that. But, you know, back to the workshops. So I took a couple of those workshops. One of them was the animation department at CESD with Marla there. And, you know, I did my thing. I gave it my best shot, and, time goes, you know, I said, all right, cool. I got to showcase. If I hear from them, cool. But I'm not gonna dwell on it and make myself miserable. You know, so you just go on about what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then next thing I know, a couple weeks goes by, and she says, hey, I have a couple things here. I think you'd be perfect for it. You know, record something and send it back as soon as you can. And then it just started turning into more regular auditions. And for me, again, back to the go big or go home, I would just, you know, I'd give them what I thought they would want, and then I would just give them I would go from 1 to 100 and just lay it all out there, which led to more auditions. So how about that, folks?
Nice.
Schizophrenia works.
Well, you know, I'm sure people can tell by watching this, like, Cal likes to have fun, and he really goes for it. And I thought it was interesting today because the script he brought on to work on in front of you guys was very well. The direction for the tone was warm, protective, reassuring, with authority, steady, and heartfelt. And usually Cal does, when we're in the school, he brings in like these pieces that are seemingly normal, and then he just like goes for it and makes them crazy, which is amazing, and it's so unique to him. But this is a bit more of a subtle read. So why don't we we're doing a Michelin spot. Why don't you tell everybody why you wanted to pick this from your own words instead of me just like talking for you?
So, I've just been trying to work on the conversational read, be more authentic, and just use my natural caring voice or whatever. And so, I found, I was working on this spot with Frank there, and I just really related to it for some reason, because for me, my daughter's about to turn 16. I'm gonna be, we're teaching her how to drive, and so this to me just. I connected with this so much because it's exactly what I'm about to go through. It's like I got to worry about this kid being on the car and all the other smucks.
That's great, and that's how you should always approach commercial voiceover.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not you don't get to pick the spots usually. In this case, you do, which is great, and you picked a good one. When you get stuff sent to you from your agent, sometimes all it takes is just a minute to think about how you can relate to the spot. And when you go through that process, and even if you can't totally relate to it, if you can try and find a way in, like if you're talking about, let's say cancer, and cancer's never touched your life or anybody what afflictions have, that kind of thing. So
Right.
the fact that, this is a driving spot for Michelin, obviously about safe tires or something like that, we'll get into it in a second. And you related to that to, in this circumstance is perfect. You have a daughter and you're about to teach her to drive, and the spot talks about that. So why don't you just give me a data read, no performance, just read it top to bottom, and we'll take it nice and soft.
You can be there for every turn she'll take, every storm she'll drive through, or every night she'll head home alone. But you can make sure the tire's beneath her will. Introducing the Michelin Premier Tire, designed to stop shorter on wet roads. Engineered to grip when others let go, and built with safety that lasts. Safe when new, safe when worn. The Michelin Premier Tire, because peace of mind is part of the ride, baby.
Okay, cool. Now, we're going to jump into this. What I want you to do is reflect before you start, do a little pre-life on this thing. Reflect on how far you've come with your daughter. I mean, wow, what a milestone. She's about to drive.
Yeah, and I'm a single dad. I've been raising her on my own since she was 1. Unfortunately, Mom got into some bad stuff, and so I had to stand up and do the right thing and do what I needed to do, and so I did. And look, she's still alive, folks. How about that?
Good job. Good. Okay,
But,
so just think about that for a second. Drop the mask, drop everything,
Yeah.
and just be super vulnerable. And it's not a sad spot; it's a positive spot.
Oh,
And,
it sure
in the
is.
beginning, think about there's a lot of things you can't be there to protect, so you got to let go of some power. But what can be there is the tires beneath her, right? And that's what's going to
Exactly.
save her life if the situation arises, something like that. Anyway, so take some pre-life, and don't perform this.
Sure.
Just nice and introspective.
You got it. You can't be there for every turn she'll take, every storm she'll drive through, or every night she'll head home alone. But you can make sure the tire's beneath her will. Introducing the Michelin Premier Tire. Designed to stop shorter on wet roads. Engineered to grip when others let go. And built with safety that lasts. Safe when new, safe when worn. The Michelin Premier Tire. Because peace of mind is part of the ride.
Okay. I still feel like you're putting on a bit of an act, a little bit of a front, a little bit of a voice. I want you to take one headphone off your ear. You chose
All
the
right.
spot, so I'm going to make
I
you do
sure
it.
did. Make me work for it, baby.
I remember there's you got to let go from the beginning. Don't do a voiceover. You got to speak from the heart. There should almost be tears in your eyes. And when you get to that part when it says, engineered to grip when others let go, why do you think they wrote that line? This is beautifully written. It's a really good copy. Engineered to grip when others let go. What are they talking about?
Oh, making sure we don't slide into another car.
Yeah, but why'd they say engineered to grip when others let go? Who's letting go?
All those generic tires that you can get at Mavis.
No, you are the father. You're
That's
letting go of control so she can drive.
Yes, that's also true.
Yeah. That's the point of it. So smile as you're going through it. It's going to add some warmth. You're proud of your daughter, right?
Oh, 100%. Oh,
Let's
my
hear it.
gosh. She's
wanna hear
nothing
how-
like me.
I want to. I love the shit out of you, dude. I think you're great. So,
Thank you, man.
I want you to drop all the front, drop everything, just be you.
Sure.
So proud of your daughter, and just tell me about it. You shouldn't sound like you're doing a performance at all. Just, I want you to be like yourself from 5 years from now, knowing everything's going to be okay and she's a stellar driver, and you're giving yourself a talking to, and you're, letting yourself know it's going to be okay.
You got it. You can't be there for every turn she'll take, every storm she'll drive through, or every night she'll head home alone. But you can be there, but you can make sure the tires beneath her will. Introducing the Michelin Premier Tire, designed to stop shorter on wet roads, engineered to grip when others let go, and built with safety that lasts. Safe when new, safe when worn. The Michelin Premier Tire, because peace of mind is part of the ride.
We're going to slow it way down. Drop everything. Like your guard's got to come down. And it's simpler than you think. Like me, if I'm thinking about this, so I don't have a daughter, but I got a son, and like he's going to drive in like 16 years from now. I got some time. But you can use your imagination to like, make these things real to you. Imagination's so powerful. So I just take a second and I'd be like, okay, you can't be there for every turn she'll take, every storm she'll drive through, or every night she'll head home alone. But you can make sure the tires beneath her will. See how much time I took? Take that
Absolutely.
Much time.
You got
that much
it.
time. And what does Dave Beeson say about punctuation?
It's hot garbage. Throw it out, folks.
Throw it out the window. Make up your own. So take your time. Way slower. Take your time.
You got it. You can't be there for every turn she'll take, every storm she'll drive through, or every night she'll head home alone. But you can make sure the tires beneath her will. Introducing the Michelin Premier Tire, designed to stop shorter on wet roads, engineered to grip when others let go, and built with safety that lasts. Safe when new, safe when worn. The Michelin Premier Tire, because peace of mind is part of the ride.
Dude, that was a huge improvement. That was excellent. That was great. That was great. That could get you the spot, but I'm not going to stop there. I can still feel a little...
See, folks, Daddy can take direction.
I could still feel a bit of a guard up. We got to get your heart bursting. Okay?
Yeah.
So
slow it down even more, you're saying.
Even more. And don't be afraid to pause. You see how I'm talking right now and I'm thinking of the right words? The only reason we know the right words when we're doing a voiceover is because we can see the words on the page. But if you didn't, you would talk kind of how I'm talking right now, if you're being careful about what you're saying. I'm looking at the second line where it says, but you can make sure the tires beneath her will. Why can't you say, but you can make sure the tires beneath her will? Like, why can't you put a space after the but? You can. You can do whatever you
sure
want.
Can. Yeah.
I want you to try and find places to like let it breathe. Take a break.
You got it.
Don't turn it into like a Captain Kirk kind of thing.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lucas. Don't Captain Kirk me.
Oh my God. We love you, Lucas. All right.
Lucas is the community manager. He has been accused of Captain Kirking me. Inside jokes. Continue on. Take a second. Read life. Drop all your guard and just be proud of your daughter. And this is a huge milestone. And you're also, battling with like, whew, I hope she's okay. I want you to say as your future self to your younger self, it's going to be okay. And I want you to say it to yourself seriously. I want you to think about whatever worries you have about your daughter driving. I want you to say it 3 times. It's going to be okay. But don't say it's going to be okay until you believe that you're talking to yourself.
It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. You can't be there for every turn she'll take, every storm she'll drive through, or every night she'll head home alone. But you can make sure the tires beneath her will. Introducing the... Oh, that was so announcery. Ugh. Introducing the Michelin Premier Tire. Designed to stop shorter on wet roads. Engineered to grip when others let go. And built with safety that lasts. Safe when new. Safe when worn. the Michelin Premier Tire, because peace of mind is part of the ride.
Okay, good. I felt like you were exploring maybe a little bit too much at the end and you were starting to kind of Captain Kirk me a little bit, but that's great. That's the point. I want you to do stuff like that. So now I want you to do it one more time and I want you to forget everything we've talked about except for taking your time and then just give it one more shot. And you don't have to pause in the middle of lines or anything like that. Just take your time. The only direction I want to give you is that make it real. If you perform this, you'll get it wrong. If you try to make it sound introducing the Michelin Premier Tire, that's thrown away instantly. It can be as subtle as introducing the Michelin Premier Tire, designed to stop shorter on wet roads, engineered to grip when others let go. You know, take your time. It can be subtle, like put effortless, and a bit of a smile. Don't forget, you're proud of your daughter.
You can't be there for every turn she'll take, or every storm she'll drive through, or every night she'll head home alone. But you can make sure the tire's beneath her will. Introducing the Michelin Premier Tire, designed to stop shorter on wet roads, engineered to grip when others let go, and built with safety that lasts. Safe when new, safe when worn. The Michelin Premier Tire, because peace of mind is part of the ride.
Yes. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Good job, man. Dude, that was so dope. That was fantastic, man. Listen, here's the one thing I would say. If you want your career, you're getting all the opportunities in the world and keep doing what you're doing. You're going to capitalize on one soon. But to really like expedite the process, make it happen quicker, you just got to let your guard down. Let your guard down and know that, like, I understand that, you know, in comedy, we let our guards down, but we still put a bit of a persona. That's why when you get good at comedy, they say you're growing your skin. When you're performing as a wrestler, you know, it's performative and you're doing your character and all that kind of stuff. Voiceover is the opposite. You got to not perform. It's so subtle and you've got to really affect it. You got to really let it affect you, but you're on your way, man. Just work at being more vulnerable. That is it. Just vulnerability. Yeah.
I feel like the promo classes back in the wrestling days is what's kind of like still stuck in my head. What you gonna do, brother?
Yeah, but you can do that in voiceover too, just for promo spots. I don't want you to stop doing that. I want you to be able to do it all. I want people to come to you and go, holy shit, this fucking guy can do anything, because you can, man. This is in your wheelhouse. You got this. So
I appreciate it, brother.
No worries, man. And thank you, everybody, for watching. If you got some value out of this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, send it to somebody you love who might get some value out of it. Send it to someone you hate. What better way to get back at your enemies than to send a video of somebody you don't like? Other than that,
I love hate mail.
Other than that, I've been Jesse. This is Cal Getter. We will see you guys in the next one.
Bye-bye, folks.